Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and the specially merciful. Dear viewers across the planet, I greet you with the greeting of peace, with the best greeting that has ever been used on this planet. All the messengers of Allah, since Adam's time until now, all of them, proudly we are proud to say that they used this greeting that I am using with you right now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. In addition to this, I always like to say that we use this greeting and we are encouraged to use it. And the hope from this is to change this kind of greeting from something theoretical, although it is very beneficial to use it, yet to change it into practical thing. Because we are looking for peace, and I'm quite sure you are looking for peace as well. So our target is, and our goal is, to implement peace in our world. And we can start with it in the smallest areas that we live in, within our family, within our community, within our region, within our country, and so on and so forth. And in this way it can spread, hoping that it will prevail one day, as we had been promised by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we are quite certain of this. It will prevail. So be part of it. Part of it is being so educated about the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this is the book that would make the difference in the world. Yes, and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it the final message to be given to us by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is not something local, rather it is global. This book is global. Does that mean every human being living in every ravine and every corner and every island in the entire world, this is his and her book. We are here to share some of the treasures that are available in this book with all humans as much as we can. We take one verse only so that we help ourselves to be more focused by selecting only one verse. And this is a verse that in chapter number 28, chapter number 29, Surah Al-Ankaboot. I will focus only on one verse. The Quran, with its beautiful language, tries to make it clear for anyone who is ready to get the message. Again, there is no compulsion at all, no force at all, no pressure at all. At your own comfort, try to learn as much as you can. We are trying to help and share what we have, yet it is your decision, and it is nobody's responsibility except your own responsibility. You are mature and adult, and you can take your decision. And as I said, when we put things in hierarchy, this is the nature of leaders, this is the nature of pioneers, because there are many things that we are supposed to do in our life, that if we just put things in order, in the right order, and if we cannot, we can ask others to guide us and to direct us. So because we may not have enough time to live enough in order to make this coverage. Therefore, if we put them in hierarchy, to start with the best and the most important thing, and then leave the least important come after that, like any hierarchy in the world. if you do it right and you put it in the right way, it will save you a lot of problems and will save you your life. Because our life is a number of days or a number of hours or a number of even minutes, and that's it. You make your calculations as if you are going to live 100 years, or if you are very ambitious and you think that you may live 150 years, do it. Yet there should be a starting point and an ending point. Our days are numbered, are counted, and we are going to die. If you are as old enough, like me, and you find many of your colleagues, your left, they passed away, which this is the nature of life. In every family, in every culture, in every society, people die. As it is understood by us that we see newborn babies day after day or hour after hour or even a second after second. Yes, if you visit hospitals, you will see that. At the same time, if you go to a graveyard, you'll find people are dying not the same rate as the people are newborn babies are born, yet it is the truth. Therefore, if we put the hierarchy, and among these hierarchies is, what do you worship? Whom do you worship? The issue of the worship, the issue of God, the issue of the Lord, which sometimes you find it absent from the minds of some people because they are so busy with the materialistic life around them to the degree that even their readings are not balanced enough. This is one step, is to ask yourself, isn't it important? You may think that the food that you eat is the most important thing, or the oxygen that you breathe is the most important thing. I would say no. The one that you worship is the most important one. Because he is the one who will give you access to the second life. We already agreed and we already got some knowledge that this world that we live in is a temporary world. It's not forever. It does not last long. It will end now or then. It will end. Me and you and him and her and everybody, his or her life will end at a certain point. Therefore, if you put the hierarchy, it helps us a lot. Here, this verse number 17 in chapter Surah Al-Ankaboot, chapter number 29, is very important for today at least. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here in this verse, with this beautiful verse, tries to clarify their minds and take all the obstacles from the minds of the people and all the guessing and all the mistakes that we inherited. Look at what you worship. Examine what you worship. Are you worshiping someone who is idle? Are you worshiping a human? Are you worshiping an animal? Are you worshiping fire? What are you worshiping? What is the nature of these worships? That's what it says. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إنما تعبدون من دون الله أوثانا وتخلقون إفكا إن الذين تعبدون من دون الله لا يملكون لكم رزقا فابتغوا عند الله الرزق واعبدوه واشكروا له وإليه ترجعون. This can roughly be translated as whatever you worship besides Allah are just idols, are just vague things and fake things. And you are creating lies against the truth. إن الذين تعبدون من دون الله. To test this truth, whatever you worship, if you want to test it, ask yourself, those that you worship, they have this quality. They don't own, they don't control any kind of sustenance for you or provision. They don't provide you. Ask yourself whether it is an idol, whether it is a cow, whether it is the sun, whether it is the moon. The one who gives you provision is Allah and Allah alone. All the other ones don't own this rizq, don't control this. And again, remember, when I always refer to, we need to know the names, the perfect names and attributes of Allah. The more you know, the more you find your understanding is growing. It grows based on the golden knowledge that we receive from the Quran. The one whose name is Ar-Razzaq, the provider for all these creatures, humans and animals and insects. There's only one provider. Wherever you go, there's only one. The one who owns this provision, his name is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you are looking for your provision, look for Allah. Why do you look for this provision with someone else who does not own it? And that's what people do. People worship some idols who don't provide them. So why do they worship them? And instead of even you, for example, worship a cow, or you worship a monkey, or you worship a cat, or you worship the Lord of the cow, or the Lord of the cat, or the Lord of anyone that you worship. Because this tells you, you know that none of these are providers. The only provider for rizq is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So He is the one who is worthy to be worshipped. That's why the ayah and seeking provision, look for it with Him. He is the one who owns it. And then, if this is the case, so you don't only just get the provision, you just worship Him. He is the one who is worthy of being worshipped. And also, at the same time, thank Him. Thank Him by worshiping and submitting yourself to Him and to all the guidelines that He gives. And remember, وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ, that all of you, no exception, will go back and meet with Him. You will return to Him. I am going to die today or tomorrow, at any time. You are going to die. Everyone is going to die. And all of us are going to return to Him. He is the one who created us. He is the one who began our life. And He is the one who is going to end our life. And we are going to return to Him. In these simple words, it sums up our entire life and our most important issue that we do. And it tells us the basics of monotheism, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is only one. You don't need to trouble yourself by focusing here and there and all those ones that you may think or you may assume that they are gods. They are not. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they are idols. The right name for them are awthan. And you do not own any kind of this rizq. With just sitting 5 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour or a day or whatever time you may need to examine your situation and the situation around you, inshallah, if you are sincere, you will be guided to the truth. Because these hearts and these minds have locks. You can call them cultural locks. There are some barriers because we don't live in the world isolated from each other. We are affected by what we read and what we see and what we share and what we speak about. The cultures around us, the environment around us may be something that helps you and may be something that hinders you from achieving this goal. But what is needed is that the sincere heart and the sincere mind who would be looking seriously for the truth. And if this happens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed himself that I will guide you, provided that you are sincere enough and dedicated enough to achieve this mission. I will help you. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who strive hard, struggle hard, exert an effort in order to know the truth, provided that they are sincere, they will definitely be guided. And who is the guider? It's Allah and Allah alone. And you don't need to ask anyone else. Therefore, we do thank Him and we do ask Him alone to always and to keep continuing giving us this kind of guidance. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.